Hello Internet, welcome back to our Riding One playthrough. Well, I just noticed we have about 1,500 gold pieces. But we're in the Bearscape, which is, not surprisingly, it is landscape filled with bears. A lot of named bears, a lot of them are, it just depends on what their combat abilities are, what their talents are, whether they're super dangerous, but the number of named creatures here is extremely high. So we're getting kind of like a fair bit of good loot, but we're also encountering some pretty dangerous situations, which is not great. Obviously, dangerous situations are dangerous. So we're going to, get our shield up and just like murder this bear. And we're going to rest. We're going to make a real point of resting between combats. Another named creature that apparently can summon things. So we'll go ahead and just batter this thing pretty hard here. I summoned a turtle. I don't want to murder a turtle, dude. Why would you make me kill a turtle? So now we have to kill a turtle like it did anything to us. We're going to rest. Continue looking through the Bearscape. Once again, this is a microtransactional area. In order to get this, someone bought the Bearscape effect, and it applies to everyone in the server. Let's constrict this thing, pop our shield, whirlwind. Let's put down our tentacle thing over here to deal some extra damage. We'll lick it, I don't know. We'll put down our tentacle area of effect. We'll explode our face at all these bears. Kill the bears. I mean, the bears. We'll just back off, I guess. We're a little hurt. We'll rest. Let our wormy boy deal with things over here. Talked about my therapy in the last episode. I'm a big proponent of therapy, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that, but like therapy, going to therapy and getting on the right medication, which took a long time. I know we can talk about that later, but like going to therapy really has changed my life. Between that and being on the right medication, I am so much better off than I was a year ago, 5 years ago. Big proponent of therapy. If you're not in therapy and you think you need it, you ought to go check it out. When I first started, I had gotten on my, basically my state has benefits for people who need mental health treatment but can't afford it. So when I first started therapy, it was all paid for by my state. So, I don't often like that, kind of stuff, because I feel like social programs are intended for people who are worse off than I am, and I feel guilty using a social program like that. But ultimately, it led to huge changes in my life, and I'm a lot happier and more well-rounded, like more mentally stable, and I've held my job for like 6 years now, and I really, really, really am happy that I got into therapy. Even if it did cost the taxpayers a little bit of money. So whirlwind to get some insanity. We'll constrict him. We'll pop our shield. We'll just bump attack till he's dead. Or we'll use our other tentacle ability, I guess. Bears. That bear appears to be on fire. Very exciting. The brown bear. The weakest of bears covered in brown shaggy fur. It's a master summoner. That's a little concerning. We can't target our ranged ability over there. Let's kill this. Oh, don't like that you're zapping me with lightning. Let's whirlwind to clear out some of this. Let's put down our tentacle as well. Oops. No, don't say anything. I don't want to talk to people. People are horrible. I don't want to be around people. Let's pop our instant heal, pop our shield. We'll constrict the bear. We will lick, I guess, and then explode our face in that general direction. We'll whirlwind again. We'll use our tentacle ability to batter whatever is left, and we're clear. Let's rest and wait for our wormy boy. Yeah, and getting on the right medication was really hard as well. When I first was medicated, they gave me, I've been on so many that I don't really remember the names. I want to say it was one of the really common ones, like Paxil. And I would take this medicine, and like it helped. It definitely was like a noticeable change in my behavior. But when I would go to bed, I would lay in bed and I would be not asleep. I wouldn't be able to fall asleep. And I would realize that all of my muscles were tensed. And I would have to force my body to relax, because I was my muscles were so tense that I was lifting my body off of the bed. And that was really peculiar and very unpleasant. So, like, then I wasn't really sleeping, and when I wasn't sleeping, my mental health deteriorated, and that was really bad. Then I got on some medicines that made me really nauseous all the time, made me feel very sick all the time, so I didn't like that. And it took me, I would say, like 2 years of trying many different medications and constantly going to the doctor and saying, hey, it's not working. Hey, it's actually actively worse than it used to be. Like, this is not helping me, and being really discouraged. And I know some people that it takes a lot longer than 2 years, you know, to find the right medicine. And then finally I got on something that it didn't make me sick. It didn't interfere with my sleep. You know, it really helped me to be less anxious was the big part. Like, my PTSD at that time was becoming a real issue. And so it really helped with that, helped calm me out, make me less paranoid, less afraid of other people, less agoraphobic. And then I was still having trouble sleeping, and that got really, really bad. And so we got on, because I was having, you know, I have PTSD, I have depression, I have anxiety, I have a lot of trauma from when I was a kid and teenager and adult. You know, basically my life has been one big trauma, which is just lots of fun. And I was having these nightmares all the time, and so we looked into getting me on the right medication to help cut down on the trauma dreams, trauma nightmares, night terrors, whatever you want to call them. And the first medicine I got on worked really well for me, and I've been on that for maybe 2 years. And I, you know, between I'm on multiple sleep medications, between all of those and my antidepressants and stuff, that I, most days I don't feel terrible like I used to feel. I'm a lot more active. I talked about that in a previous episode. Doing things for YouTube really helped give me something to do and keep me occupied. I've tried going out and interacting with other people, which is something I've never done. I had not done really in 5 or 6 years. You know, like a while back, I went to a Magic pre-release, which was like a really big step for me to go to a place where there's a lot of other people and be surrounded by strangers and you know, young people who are sometimes very mean, you know. It's like, it was like a big step for me to go there, even though I didn't have a ton of fun, even though it wasn't like super great. The point was I got out of the house, which I never used to do. And like, I've just been doing so much better, and I really do put a lot of that at the feet of my medication. And my therapists tell me all the time, they're like, you put too much stock in your medication. It's not that, oh, you found a pill that makes you better. It's because you've been trying and you've been making the efforts to change and be a different person. And so they're always really quick to remind me that, like, I have made progress. It's not just you took a magic pill and you feel better. No, you have been taking steps to make your life better than it used to be. It's going to take something really good to dethrone our weapon, I think. So I don't think we need to pay too much attention to that. Most of these are cloth armor we don't want. Leather boots. I mean, we did just upgrade our boots, which gives that melee and fire boost, damage to our fire boost to our fire damage. Man, sentences, words be hard, yo. Stamina we don't care about. Dwarven helm, a lot of accuracy, some resistances, which would be nice, and resistance penetration for light, which is good because we deal light damage here, and here we deal like 25 light damage per turn. This gives the ability to breathe in water is the main thing I'm seeing here that I actually want. So these might be better. This might be better. Light, dark, and temporal resistance versus mind and cold. We lose the trigger abilities, which can reduce their damage and defense and stuff, which seems pretty valuable, but is a small percentage chance to trigger. Whereas this is just always going to give us... I mean, does it really matter that much? The accuracy also would be nice. We're going to swap. I don't know if that's the right decision. Armor, I think we're good on as well. Let's look here. Just real quick, some resistances. Mind damage doesn't affect us. Reduced damage from unnatural. Presumably that means from creatures with the unnatural type. I don't know how common that really is, but I don't think that that's something we want to replace with. This all seems fine. Let's scrap it. Great, more bears. I mean, I guess if you're going to pay $2 for something, you should at least get your money's worth. So it seems like it's a pretty dense... well, one, it's densely populated, so we're getting a lot of experience. And two, it's 3 levels deep, which is... You're not taking any damage. You're absorbing my damage. You have you're bleeding, your illness. Why weren't you taking damage? Grappling hits Tidus. Oh, you're grappling with us, which is interesting. Hits Grizzly Bear, 18 physical. Just tons of resist armor. What is your where is that? I don't see that. Bleeding, numbing darkness, illness, grappling. Well, we're dealing reduced damage because we are off balance. We're grappled, which limits its offensive. Damage per turn. Physical power reduced by 17. We're also stunned, which reduces our damage by 50%. Let's cure some of that. Whirlwind. You knocked me back. Let's constrict since we have breathing room. Let's tentacle. And I mean, our health is acceptable. We'll lick him. We'll explode our face at him for a little bit of damage. I guess we should have popped our tentacle a lot earlier. And we'll just bump attack and keep an eye on our health. What is that? Looks like an egg. Polatira, the Spark Prophet. What is that? Go to all. Oh, right here. It's a light. Okay. Increases our... Well, we're going to keep this regardless because it gives pretty good lightning resistance, which we might want to use for when we go to Dearth. Lightning damage increase is actually not a very good item. It's just that lightning resistance that we would want. Okay. Let's rest as well. Rest. Oh, hostile spotted. Okay, let's kill the bear first. Or let our wormy boy do it. That's fine. Yeah, so big fan. And yes, I have taken steps to improve my life. Like me leaving my house to go to the Magic pre-release. I didn't have to do that. That wasn't the medication. That was me trying to force myself to engage with the community that, you know, I thought would be a lot of like-minded people. And at the time, I was really into Magic the Gathering. I was listening to podcasts about it and keeping really up to date with the cards. And what I'm realizing now is that since I'm doing YouTube, is that I don't have time to follow Magic. Like, Magic releases a new set like every 3-4 months, something like that. And if you really want to be good, you kind of have to pay attention to the cards as they're being released. And doing YouTube and stuff, I don't have time to listen to a 4-hour podcast where they give, you know, oh, this is what the archetypes are in this particular set. And, oh, this is what, you know, this particular card cost has gone up of the, oh, removal spells in this set are, you know, 20% more expensive than they were in a previous set, and because of all the, you know, there's no real premium removal and blah. It's like, I don't have time to devote that much brain power to a card game. I really love Magic the Gathering, and I have no disrespect to you if that's something you spend a lot of time doing. Totally acceptable hobby, but between the actual cost of the game, the distance I had to travel to really get to a place where I could play, the lack of interest from other players, like nobody engaged with me even when I was trying to make conversation, and like it just didn't sit with me. And now that I do other stuff, I find it hard to devote that kind of time to something. You know what we're gonna do? Taking a fair bit of damage here, we're gonna jump away from them. Hopefully that will remove some of these AoE type effects that we're experiencing, as well as we're gonna just try to kite around. And so we can pull some of this stuff off cooldown and maybe get rid of some of these status effects. So what we're going to do, we're going to jump back here. Okay. We're going to just walk away, basically. Let's use our touch heal on ourselves. He has re-engaged whatever that ability is. We can pop our shield now, constrict him, tentacle batter him, and he's dead. And then we can wait for the other one to approach. Can't break line of sight, unfortunately. Pop our shield, pop our instant heal to get those cooldowns working. We'll whirlwind. Oh, I thought we lost our shield immediately. That scared me. We'll throw down a tentacle to hit it so that even if we get these negative status effects where we're losing damage output, the tentacle can still be dealing damage. Are we not constricting currently? Pinned to the ground, but not constricted. We'll constrict. We'll lick it. We'll explode our face at it. And then, oh, it's dead, but there's yet another named creature here. Okay, we'll target that with our tentacle ability. We're pinned. We cannot move. Everything is on a very lengthy cooldown. This might spell disaster for us. Okay, we got our shield ability back. I mean, dude, I really don't care. I don't mind being far away from you, so you just kind of help me out. Let's jump around this corner. Oh, can we jump all the way? Can we go down? Oh, I was going to say, it didn't look like we could go through there. Unless we can jump to this tile, and then we can't go south. Oh, there's a tree there. Let's get out of sight of him, and we'll just buy a few turns. We'll pop our heal. Oh, there's poison over here? Okay. We'll just wait. What is that? Oh, it's our buddy. Okay. We're just going to chill. I guess we'll head back out to fight the bear. And we killed the bear. Okay, I mean, whatever. Grab all the equipment from things we killed. So we had multiple names stack up on us, which is not great. Yeah, I just believe that, you know, you need to be actively taking steps. Like, if you're listening to this and you're like I was, where you're depressed every single day of your life and you really find it hard to... I'm asleep. I don't want to be asleep. You would think people hitting me in my sleep would wake me up, but apparently that is not the case. Whirlwind ability, constrict. No, don't constrict that thing. Constrict him. We'll use our pummel ability, and we'll bump attack the other one. Yeah, if you're like depressed and every single day of your life just seems so hard, and everywhere you go you feel like they hate you, and you're so lonely and it's so overwhelming, I would very much encourage you to basically, if you look in the phone book or you look online for local counseling, give them a call, say, hey, I'm poor, but I feel like I need therapy. Can you refer me to a government program that I can maybe, you know, basically what happened was I knew I wanted to go to therapy. I contacted the therapist where I was going to go and said, hey, I basically at that point I was unemployed. And I said, you know, I need therapy. I'm really struggling in my day-to-day life. I can't really pay for it. Do you do pro bono work or anything? Which was silly of me to think they would do it for free. But they basically said, like, no, but look, you know, here's a number for the people that oversee it in our area, the state program. You call them, you know, let them know you want mental health treatment and that you earn basically zero money currently because you're unemployed, and just let them know all that stuff. And so I went to this place. I scheduled an appointment. I went to this place, and they were like, they just wanted to know what my income was. They wanted to know they asked about my criminal history. They asked about, you know, do I live with family? How am I paying my bills? You know, a basic interview. They were very nice. It was very quick. We should have rested before we moved into combat again. Yeah, it was just a real quick interview. And, you know, a couple weeks later, they sent me a letter and said, you know, you've been approved for, you know, mental health assistance or whatever it was called, the program in my state. And you can have X number of appointments per month. And it was very straightforward and very easy. And I got into treatment. And honestly, ever since I've been in treatment, my life has been just steadily improving over time. And that includes finding the right medication. That includes having a place where I can talk about things and feel safe doing so, because like I live with family, but like, you know, I don't want to share with my family how dark my thoughts can be and stuff like that. And you know, it can be really hard to really wish I would stop being constantly stunned and pinned in place by these freaking bears. Every bear I come across has the ability to pin me to the ground. I don't understand. They're all different classes, right? Why are they all stunning and pinning me? I'm still pinned. It keeps saying one turn, but every time I wait a turn, it pins me again. I don't know what the deal is. Very irritating. Killed it. Great. Level 20. Hooray. Sorry, got salty. I was trying to have a conversation and this bear was ruining my day. And it's been a steady improvement over the last, you know, however long. We got a ring. Reduce all saves. Slow global speed. Arcane burn. I just don't know how valuable that really is. Pretty high cold resistance. I don't think we really want this ring though. Daggers and stuff. Titan's gold ring. Constitution physical save. No. Infusion. No. We already looked at this, didn't we? Yeah, it's not. We don't want that. The helmet is leather or is cloth. We really don't want that either. We have a pretty good helmet we picked up. I don't think we want any of this. Why aren't we getting more orange named things or purple named things? We're only getting these light pink items. Okay. Well, let's hold on. Okay, first let's level up. Level up our character. We did get a category point. I don't think it's worth it. Oh, we don't need... Yeah, we would need to put a point into that. I don't think it's worth it at the moment or possibly ever to do so. What does this do? Yeah, we don't want that. This would give us that teleportability. I think we just want to continue leveling our tentacle stuff. It's really... We seem like a powerhouse character. I'm really liking... When can we get prodigies? Level 25. So in 5 levels we can learn a new prodigy, and we'll spend a lot of time looking at these when that comes, but for now that's not really a pressing concern. Can't level that any further. We'll put the rest into magic, I guess. We really maybe should be putting them in vitality or dexterity, but I think spell power is really helpful as well. So we'll level up our wormy boy. Yeah, so I would encourage, if you're struggling, I know a lot of people look down on, like, oh, why do you need treatment? You know, like, oh, so you can't handle your stuff yourself, you got to go to treatment. Like, there are some negative people about that stuff, but ultimately it's a choice you have to make to better your life and to improve your own personal situation. You cannot let other people... Well, one, most people don't even feel that way. That's just like the occasional jerk. You know, when I was in high school, I remember kids really made fun of this girl that was in therapy, and it's like, most of those people, I don't think adults feel that way. I think in America, at least at this point in our culture, it's pretty acceptable. I don't feel like it's worth it to give him all these points in this category just to give him the ability to wear plate. I would rather save those points. Can we take a point? Let's do that so we can just put the point into weapon mastery. I think it's more valuable to put them in there. Because I don't think it's that big of a deal for him to be able to wear that armor. So let's go back to our character. We are level 20, which is pretty great. We still have a huge swath of this area we have not explored. So we're just going to continue exploring the Bearscape. I don't know how deep this thing goes. We're on level 3 of it. Thing was a pushover. Let's move over here. Bump attack, bump attack. Why are we bumping? Use your tentacles. We should have constricted before the tentacles, actually. Pop our shield again because he's hitting us. Whirlwind, bump, 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 bump. I wish they would stop stunning and pinning me and things. I don't know why every single bear has that same, like, seems like they have the same talent tree. Maybe it's their racial tree, which is interesting because they're bears, but... Oh, that was a big bear. You're not a bear, are you? BEARIEST, Avatar of Bearness. This creature has the form, it's level 22. Creature has the form of a bear, only times bigger. You should have just said X times instead of, like, 4 times bigger, instead of just times bigger. Represents all that is bear in the Bearscape. It is spell shocked. It has a weakness disease, and it is grappling with the worm that walks. So the worm is going to die, because that is going to kill it pretty quickly. Can't we heal the worm? No, this just summons him. I mean, we could touch heal him, but we ourselves are pretty hurt, so I don't think we want to do that. I think we'll pop our instant heal to get the cooldown working. We'll constrict the bear. He died. Now it's going to turn its attention to us, so we will pop our shield. We will use our tentacle ability. We will... Oh, we're on cooldown because he stunned us. We're grappled. Off balance, so we're going to reduce damage. Why is this on cooldown, though? I don't... Did we use it? I don't think we used it. Grappled. It doesn't say anything about changing our cooldowns, but look. Everything is, like, on cooldown. Off balance. I don't know why we can't use those. Limited in its offensive capabilities. Oh, we're silenced. Okay. That's bad. Let's pop our tentacle, I guess. And we'll just bump attack. He's hitting us pretty hard. Tentacle's dead already. Let's use our heal a bit. Let's pop our regen. And we'll use our heal ability. Then we'll whirlwind. Can you bear it? So much bareness. We killed BEARIEST in the Bearscape. New achievement. It's like the third achievement we've gotten in this recording session. The very essence of bareness, including a portal, which I assume would take us back to the world map. Bareness? Where is their bareness? Essence of bareness. It can be used to invoke your inner bareness. Costs 100 power out of 100. Let's use it. Move it to normal inventory. Let's use it. I assume it turns us into a bear. Must wear this object. Where do I wear it? Miscellaneous? I don't want to wear it. I have the tentacle thing. We'll wear it just to use it. Use. Is still recharging. Born into magic. Let's rest. Use our bareness. Growl. Yeah, we're a bear. Bear in you is awoken. The bear in you is awaken. You take 25% less damage. I mean, okay, 25% less damage incoming is huge, but we had to replace. Oh, my stomach gurgled. Hopefully you didn't hear that. But where is it? Summon tentacle. This gave us lightning resistance, silence immunity, 60 max life, which is pretty huge number of life. Summon the tentacle up to 5 spaces away for 3 turns. Will strike a random enemy in range 3, dealing physical damage and trying to pin them. Base damage of 165, but I don't think it ever really did 165 damage. If we scroll back up to that last fight, we did have our tentacle. Summon lashing tentacle. Oh, it disappears. Now go up further. Tentacle. No. Where? Tidus tentacle fails to move. No, where's the damage from our tentacle? I really hate how hard it is to find things in this log sometimes. And it does not always show information. Like, obviously we summoned the tentacle. It's in here somewhere. But it's not showing that damage. It's showing our tentacle constriction. But that's our constrict ability. Lashing tentacle hits the bear for 50 damage. I mean, that's not insignificant. No. That's not a huge amount of damage, though. And if we could reduce our incoming damage by 25%, that's pretty big. Maybe we'll do away with this tentacle. Let's get it out of here so I don't accidentally click on it and re-equip it. It takes 100 turns to cool down, but we do often rest between combat. I don't think it's bad. I mean, I think it's good. I just don't know if it's worth replacing DPS with defense. I mean, I guess we do have a lot of DPS type abilities, but we don't have a lot of defensive stuff going on. So maybe that's pretty valuable, and I just don't. It's just so hard for me sometimes to look at the numbers and know what the best decision is. I don't think we want anything else. Let's take the portal. Let's head back. Yep, scrap it all. Boom. So we explored the Bearscape. It actually took us up 3 levels, something like that. 2-3 levels. We also have the Hallowed Fields here, which says level 1, which I'm sure is incorrect. Portal to the Bearscape. This also does not even say a level. And there should be another portal on the world map somewhere for the other shop thing that... Because we had 2 people use. I don't know. We go to purchase. I don't want like my personal information to pop up. Uh-oh. I guess maybe my internet disconnected in the background. Anyway, we're going to call the episode. We're a little over time. So for now, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the Bearscape. I don't know how often we're going to be seeing that, because I don't know how often people actually buy those things. But thanks for watching. I'll be back with more ToME in the near future, and I'll see you next time.